Hello everyone, I am here with a tutorial today to build the gem in the video that I released about 2 months ago. Now, to start out, I will show the inventory for it, and you can take a second and pause the video and take note of everything you need. These are droppers. You're going to need 10 iron trapdoors, not 64 but 10. And everything else here is no exaggeration, you'll probably need all this. And with that being said, we can start with where you want to mine, where you want to be standing when you mine. So if we want to be standing here when mining, we will start from here. So we build out from here, 3 blocks up like this. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, and then we do 2 here, and we destroy these 2. And then we place our first piston here, facing upwards. Now this entire structure should be 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's never a bad thing to double check. And below this piston, we're going to be starting from the bottom to the top of the machine. Below this piston you want 5 furnaces, or any immovable block, could be obsidian if you wanted, out this way. And then cobble here. And 2 observers facing inwards in each section here. On each side. Then you want to add your trapdoors here. You only need 10, and you can toss them out after. And move your droppers here. It's just easier to build it this way, I've found. I've built this about 30 times now. You want to build observers here off that cobble block. Actually, you probably keep that cobble block there, my bad. And same for the other side. You want 5 going this way, and then you want furnaces in front of these observers. And then behind here, you choose whatever building block you've chosen for this. For this, I've chosen diamond blocks. And you place it here. You can destroy the cobble now. And you want something like that. So 6 long, 1 up. Same for the other side. And then you want to add your rails here. Oh, that was the lag. Sorry. Alright, so once you have your rails there on both sides, you want to finish adding the pistons here. Like so. And also here, against the furnaces. You want to shift and place them. Now, after that, build 2 up and 1 over and destroy these 2. And then come here and look down, or up, rather. And this is 5 over. And then you just want to place your rails down here. And while looking at this, you want 2 observers here. And then 1 facing down off of that one. So coming out from that, 2, and then 1 down, facing to the rail. You want to do the same for the other side. So 2 down. Remember this one single one is on the outside. So this is on the outside of this one, and that's on the outside of this one. So after that, you place rails on top of these, and then a diamond block or whatever building block. And you copy the other side. Then, while looking at the side of the rail, place the observers here. Don't forget on this side to add the 2 observers, and then 1 down. Okay. Then add your building block here, and copy the other side. Now, shift-clicking here on the furnace, put 1 cobble, a furnace, destroy the cobble, and then add the row of furnaces on each side by shifting and placing. And then on top of them, add pistons for each side. Alright. Now, It's looking good. We should add observers on top of here, facing upwards. Same for the other side. And then furnaces on top of these. It's going to be mirrored exactly for each side. So whatever you do on one side, be sure to do it for the other, unless I say otherwise. Now, from here, we want to build two up. Come here and look down with our observer and place them downwards into the furnaces. And we do that here as well, on your building block. And then same for the other side. Now, once you have that, you want to add rails on top, like this. Don't forget to add your pistons against the furnaces. And then looking at the side of the rail again, you place your observers, 5 of them. And no building block here, but just pistons right away against these observers. That's the only time we'll do that in this machine. And then on top of those pistons, make sure you have some furnaces. Like that. Now, coming out from here, this is the front of it. You want to place 3 observers. And then any block here that conducts redstone, any solid block. And then you want your dropper on top of this. Now these aren't actually going to be functional, you're just using these to carry a redstone pulse. Now, right below that block against this cobble, you want to place down observers. Observers facing down, rather. And then below those, you want pistons facing down. That's how it looks from the front. Now on top of that, you want rails here, and then while shift clicking 3 observers on each side, and then a block, solid block. Now the next step is to shift click on top, shift click place your pistons on top of the furnaces here, and then build 2 out here. Destroy this one, build against it. You want your 5 observers facing inwards towards the pistons, and any building block that you chose. Same for the other side. And fill that. Now, this is the floor that you're going to be standing on. From here, you want to add any block there, and then diamond blocks or building blocks up to this point. You stop at the last one, and you add an observer here, and a normal block there, and then you add your rails. This comes out 1, and so it should be in line with all of this redstone. Now for the other side, you do the same. A block, diamond block, add your rails. Then you will add an observer here and a dropper, and then 2 observers again, and same for the other side. So observer facing upwards, then dropper, doesn't matter which way it's facing, and then 2 observers again. Now after that, add observers on top of this, then come behind it, observers from, taking a signal from these, and then 1 more up here, so taking from those ones. Then you want to add furnaces on top of here, and then your pistons against it, against those furnaces. And any building block here that you're using, make sure it's solid blocks. And then your rails go on top of here. Alright, and then we'll do the same for the other side. Observers facing upwards, and then outwards like this. They should be over the rails, facing that way. then upwards, and furnaces here. Then your pistons against the furnaces. And any building block here. And your rails. Now, it's looking good. We add 5 observers here with building blocks in front of them on each side. And then standing here, you want to have your pistons facing downwards. And then on top of them, this is very important, do not forget to place furnaces here too, or any immovable object. Now next, grab your repeaters from your inventory and move them to your hotbar, and shift click, place them here. Like so, and I think that's pretty much it for the redstone portion. Next we have the lava and water, and that's going to be very important that you do it the way I do so the water doesn't flow irregularly. So in total you'll want about 4 stacks of glass. Any color glass works. You want to start out at the bottom here, placing against these furnaces. Now would be the time to empty your inventory and only have cobble and glass and water buckets and lava. So this is the way you want your glass. It doesn't actually matter too much so long as everything is encased. And build it all the way up to this one, right before the piston. And same for the other side, start at the furnaces here. And build all the way up. So let's level with the piston. And here, you'll want to add glass. You could do this later too if you want in the process. Since we're going to be starting from the bottom and working our way up. And then at the bottom, it's important we stop here because we're going to need a place to be able to escape when we place the water and lava, which will be upwards. Now if you're not flying, you'll probably want to leave a space here. Actually no, the other side works. If you're not flying, you'll want to escape through here, in the back. This is the back of the machine. Now that that glass is filled in, we do the other side. This is a very boring part. This is my least favorite part of the machine. And you grab... You're going to want cobble for this part, for sure. Water and lava. So, starting from here, standing on this glass, you want to add 2 tall cobble. Then you're going to want only three water sources. So 1 on each side and then 1 in the middle. And that's it. So you'll have some flowing. And then here you add your 5 lava sources. And then you cover this, the water source, with cobble. Add glass here on top of these pistons and cobble against it. And you'll want to do the same thing as before. Now this is easy and creative because it's unlimited water sources and lava sources. But you'll find in survival it's a pain in the ass. Now, with that section done, we can move to the other, on the other side. Do the same thing here, 2 cobble high. Water on both sides and 1 in the middle. Oops. And then 5 lava sources here. On top of the water with the cobble, the glass on top of the pistons, the cobble here against it, and the same thing as before. And lava, 5 sources on each gem. In total this has 8 gems, and they're all going to be going into one space once we're done. Now, the bottom gens are done, bottom 4. Now we're going to start with the top. you'll want to shift click and place against these furnaces below the pistons. And here. You can add more glass to make it all pretty if you want, but in general I don't find this machine very pretty. Okay, so everything here is enclosed. Then you want to come here and add glass too high, and this one in front can go as high as the others, and then leave one space gap here in line with the pistons, and then same for the other side. One space gap. Alrighty. Now, we do the same as before. Water on each side, water here, and then 5 lava sources here. Cobble on top here. Cobble against the glass here. Water first. And lava comes second. And then we do the same for the other side. I forgot to fill this side in. Water on each side, and in the middle, 5 sources of lava. Cobble on top of the water, cobble against the glass. Very repetitive, I know. And then 5 sources of lava. Now, if everything is built correctly, let's hope, you want to come out 4 blocks against this diamond block. So 1, 2, 3. That's 4 in total. You'll want your lever to be here. And you come down below it. Leave a 1 block gap. And then below that, build a platform. Actually, I forget how far. We'll see that in a second. Come out 4 blocks on the side of here. Destroy the first 3. Get a sticky piston. I should have mentioned that in the beginning. Place it this way, and an observer that will face into this. And then you can destroy the cobble block. And do the same for the other side. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Then add your building block at the bottom of each. That was close. And you want that facing in. So, from the center block here, you want a strand of blocks going all the way to this diamond block below the piston. And you want an empty space here. It'll be more clear if I build the redstone, I'm sure, which I will do now. Oh, there they are. Okay, so you'll want a repeater here, your building blocks here, and then 1, 2, 3. Then you'll want a torch on the side of this block, or redstone dust on top of it. Flick the lever to make sure it's on, and then redstone coming out to here, like that, and 3 repeaters here. Now this should be on 4 ticks, the first one. This should be on 4 ticks, the second one, and this should be on 3. Only 3 for the third one. Then you can add your floor here if you want. Doesn't really matter. And to turn it on, you just flip the lever. The clock down here will work. And your cobble, or in this case, normally if you're on Skyblock, your ore will be generating. And you can mine it here. And it should be 2 on each side that it pushes before it switches to another side. So 2 left, 2 bottom, 2 right, 2 bottom. And then on here, you want to add a glass on top of that, so you have a space to mine here. Nice cozy space. And your water source will go here. Now, depending on what... I should probably block that off. Depending on what version you're going to be on, you will most likely want to sign here if you're playing on 1.14. or 1.13. But if you're not, well, okay, I'll show you as an example. 1.13, 1.14, you want 2 signs there. Simple. If you want something more consistent to keep the items inside the stream, you can add a diamond block here, a piston here, and some stairs against it. And another lever if you want. So it's like that. So when you're in here, go like this and you mine away. And all the most of the loot that you get will go into the water stream. Pretty consistently. So the water stream that the loot goes into is up here. It will always come up here, so long as your server's item mechanics are good. And your items will come out this way into your storage, whatever storage you might have. Now for this gen you'll want a big storage, because 5 hoppers alone usually can't keep up if you have these being turned into ores and you have like looting, or fortune on your pickaxe. But that's it. If you have any questions about this gen, let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching and good luck building this. It can be a real pain in the ass. If I forget anything, I'll be sure to put it in the description, or in the comments even. But that's it. I'll see you guys later. Good luck.